So here we are. We have JJ. How do I pronounce your channel name? This is not like a letter combination I've ever seen.
It takes years of practice.
I love it when it's like that.
But, like normally I just say Olajidola. Like that's how I
say what
name.
Now?
That's
You're like, oh, I just go boo, and that's it.
Come on, it's so easy. No, but yeah, but I actually did a vlog on it.
Casio Oglajibdet, right? Is this a Hogwarts spell? Are plants going to start growing in my room?
Basically, a tribal noise or something like that.
And we also we have Vikkstar123 and we have the sideshow. Yeah.
I'm sure you can make some kind of crossbow thing with maybe some vines or something. I don't know.
I mean, I think my primitive weapon skills are kind of rudimentary. Like I could make a club. I could make a rock-sized rock.
Yeah. I think my main like perk would be my face. I would just scare it away. You know what I mean? I just give it those eyes and be like, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna. And he'd be, the dinosaur, like, you know what? I ain't touching that. Forget this, and then run away. I'll be like, yeah. I wouldn't even need to fight the dinosaur. It'll just run away, or he could just rip me to shreds. That's another.
That might be Plan B. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll just run. To be honest. But
I don't know which dinosaurs I can outrun. I'm going to keep my dinosaur small. I think the biggest dinosaur I can take might be like Labrador-sized, and I'm going to need a stick, a club, and a rock to get it done.
The thing I'm thinking, though, is like when you've got really small dinosaurs, they're going to be attacking your knees, you know, they're going to be all over you, whereas I think I'd rather fight kind of a me-sized dinosaur, just kind of a fair match, because small ones would be all over the place.
Like a velociraptor?
No.
Not a
Velociraptor
velociraptor.
eats you immediately.
Yeah.
The Velociraptor is like the, I don't know, the lion I'm going to compare it to of like modern day. It's the animal that you're like, oh, it's going to rip me to shreds now, huh?
Drats.
Did you ever see, there's a movie.
All right, guys. So this is MrBeast for everybody who doesn't know.
Yes.
Who's listening.
I wasn't familiar with your content until 35 minutes ago when they started talking about it, and I watched a video of you dropping rocks on your friends' cars, and so I give you 2 thumbs up so far.
Thank you. Yeah, that's basically the gist. Money.
I just find my friends, I get their cars, and I drop heavy shit on it, and then we repeat ad nauseum forever.
Yep.
You know what's a funnier sequel to that video is destroying my friends' cars and not buying them a new one.
Or destroying my friends' cars, buying them a new one, and then destroying their new ones and buying them new ones.
It's like infinite
content going. It's infinite content.
Yeah. Well, so fun fact, I used to listen to PKA all the time. Back, obviously, when Call of Duty was relevant, I would play zombies, like, solo, and get to, like, 40, 50 rounds, and I would just literally listen to PKA the whole time. And, like, I would only pause just to throw on another episode.
Aww.
Nice. Yeah, I used to do the same thing before they invited me to be on the show, where I just listened to Wings and them say ridiculous shit. It was a good time. We were talking earlier, like, it's funny, like, all these huge guys like you and Queb came up listening to this
Why didn't you
silly ass shit. And
Tucker.
What is this slander?
Yeah, it's good to have you on, man.
Thank you.
I don't know enough to even ask about what you're doing, but it seems like you put a fuck ton of money into it.
I want to suck you guys off a little more.
Hell yeah.
I literally watch all of your videos. Like, no joke. I used to obsess over your channel when I was way younger.
Me, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yo, Woody, quickly, flex your calves. Flex your calves, quick.
I'm working on the layout.
That's a joke from earlier. Don't worry about it.
Like, I remember that dog color video and a bunch of other ones. But no, I used to like Mail Monday and all that stuff. I used to watch it pretty religiously.
Super cool, man. Hey, when you weren't here, we were talking about your business model.
Well, I wonder what Chris Hansen uses. What do you generally use to shave?
I have an old, I guess it's a Gillette 3-blade razor. That
Boo! Get the hell. All right, new guest.
You say it's an old razor. Is it over 18?
Yeah, it's of age. It might be 18 years old. I've had it so long. I just get the new blades. Actually, I'm fascinated by this Dollar Shave Club, though. I think it's a genius idea. and I should look into it.
Video, a link in the description, and click on it and see what you think. You'll be impressed.
You can't afford not to. That
wow,
good
that's a really aggressive sales pitch.
Very aggressive. We treat them right here.
Yeah.
Who are we treating right?
Squarespace.
I don't
that's
know,
a good
man.
point.
Roll with it.
Yeah, so Squarespace, they're sponsoring our podcast, and we love them for it.
Did they have you do the Squarespace song for them when that thing rolled out?
They have a a really professional voiceover guy. He might be Australian or British. I don't know. Kyle, do you know his accent?
I don't know. It sounds very professional though.
Yeah. I thought I had a decent voice for radio, and this guy makes me feel like I'm still 9 years old. So yeah, he does this thing.
Are you talking about this episode of PKA? That guy?
Yeah.
That guy. No. I'm talking
he sounds
about
excellent.
Pretty specific. They had some guy do like an actual Squarespace jingle song. They had us play it on our show and do commentary on it. It was kind of hilarious.
I would love to do it. Please give us a song. Put some bad words in it, and hell, I'll even roll video.
Not
if
too
they
many.
want it. Yeah, you're right. We wouldn't want them on the show. This is our guest.
Well, we should intro the guest.
Oh, we had the same thought. Our guest is Linus, and I would be calling him Linus because I'm terrible with names, and there's another...
Wow, that's awful.
Linus named Linus.
Linus isn't even a name to mistake Linus for, though. Nobody's named Linus.
They are.
You know?
There's. Have you heard of Linux, the operating system?
Yeah, Linux.
Yeah,
Linux.
That's not a person's
that's like
name.
Linus and Unix. It's not like Linus and
his name.
Linux.
He pronounces it Linus.
Oh yeah, but he's Swedish.
That's the thing. But that's my struggle. There's this Swedish guy who is mega popular, and like in geek circles, he is King Geek, and he wrote the original Linux kernel, and he called it Linux, and there's this like MP3 that's been played 1 trillion times, and it says, this is Linus, and I pronounce Linux, and I've just been saying Linux for 25 years now, and I will say Linus
So we will
tonight.
excuse you when you don't call Linus.
I'm gonna go with
Let's just all
Woody
call
for you.
him Linus.
Yes, go ahead,
And-
screw it up.
and let's all call him Linus, and then that way there won't be any confusion.
All right, well, tell you what, I'll switch just for you guys. I am a guest after all.
Yeah. So let's talk about you. You've got 2 channels. Tell us about them.
Well, I guess it depends on how you define how many channels I have. How many subscribers would a channel have to have minimum for it to count?
Million.
1 million? Well, then I have none, actually, unfortunately.
But combined, how many channels do you have? 1, maybe?
Yeah, no. Combined, I have more than 1. Then I have like 1 and a fraction of 1. So mostly technology stuff. Linus Tech Tips is actually going to crack 1 million in about a week. Tech Quickie just cracked 300,000. So it's still technology, but it's a very, very different format. We do it's very heavily edited, kind of, I don't know, sci-show, except about like USB connectors and shit instead of things that actually matter. And then I've also got another one that we just started called Channel Super Fun, and that's 50,000 subscribers, and that's just the entire definition of that show is that we have to take something that is super fun. So that's the super fun bin on the floor over there. It has to be super fun, and it can be kind of anything. It can be like a water balloon launcher, or it can be a brazier that also doubles as a camel, drink pack. And then we have fun with it. So there's that one, and then there's another one with like videos of my cats, and that one's pretty small because I don't really maintain it anymore because the videos are stupid.
Well, yeah, big guest tonight. Hello there, Christopher. I have been.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
I've been a fan for a very long time. I remember when your sitcom debuted in like 2000 or something like that. I was a freshman in high school, and I really loved it. And since then, I've always found your specials, always listened to you on like Comedy Central Radio and stuff. So glad to have you on tonight.
Dude, you cannot hang with my level of ass kissing because catch this.
Yeah,
I told my wife.
I'll let you guys let you guys go ahead first, and then I'll step in. Go ahead.
So sorry.
Go ahead. No, seriously. Bow to the king.
We
and we'll go from
normally
there.
do this
What?
show on Thursday, and I told my wife, "Hey, show's on Wednesday." She says, "No, can't do it. It is your son's birthday." And then I said, "But our guest is Christopher Titus," and she goes, "Oh, okay." It's all clear. Yeah. I could get like
How old is your kid?
15.
Your kid's 50. Yeah, screw him. 15.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
15.
Yeah.
That's a bullshit age. You don't get anything.
Yeah. But
yeah, 15. So shut up. Just shut up. But Titus is on.
all right, so it seems like every time a comic is with another comic, they know each other, right? You know, you drop on Rogan's show and suddenly, like, you guys have traveled in the same circles for ages. How does the comic social pecking order work? Is it based on, like, how rich the guy is right now, how funny he is to other comics, what kind of success he has, who's hot today, like, how long they've been in the business? Like, how does the social pecking order go amongst comics?
This is the weirdest, most meaningless question I've ever been asked.
Bite me.
I would say it doesn't matter. You know, like it's the great thing about comedy is that comedy has such a, and it's weird because it's not a respected art form, but I really believe it's an art form. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be like really heady about it. I'm just saying that everybody who does comedy has their own style. You know, Kreischer style, Rogan style is really aggressive. You got Burr style, and then you Stephen Wright. So it's an art. I think in LA it gets weird. LA, everybody's trying to whatever you have that day is the order, but there's no pecking order. I mean, I don't even perform that much in LA because of shit like that. And it's every comic there. Everybody's so like amped up to be famous or do their 7 minutes. And the problem is that Leno said this years to me. I heard it through Kevin Rudy. Leno said nobody gets funny in Los Angeles. You get your 7 minutes and then you do that same fucking 7 minutes for 10 years, or you do a new 7 minutes but you said Leno said get out on the road, make sure your jokes work everywhere in the country, and then they'll hear about you. And that's what happened. I didn't get any recognition in LA. I just went on the road, busted my ass, worked overhead light, disco lights, and the floor lit up. So when you're on stage doing comedy for that one nighter, they would turn the floor on, so you just look like Dracula the whole show doing your jokes. It was like it was nightmare. And he was right. I did all that. I got really good at stand up, and then I threw it all away when I wrote Norman Rockwell. And after Norman Rockwell, it just changed. But I would never have been as good as I was at what I do unless I just got on the road and really, I honestly beat the shit out of myself mentally, physically, and emotionally. And that's how you become a good comic.
Do you think